All right, we're here back with another video. This time we're going to talk about the enlarging process. You know, a lot of people have asked, how do you get these heads to be really big, or, you know, how do you enlarge figures or anything like that? The product that I use personally, it's called Hydraspan 100. You mix these two together and you let them cure, and then once cured, you actually put them in water. This is 2-to-1 ratio. So part A, you're gonna pour it and then do basically half of that with the side B. Once those are mixed together, this is like the consistency of shampoo. It's going to be very difficult to pour. You need one of these to actually to do this stuff, to inject this Hydraspan into your molds. Put the Hydraspan in here. Then what you're going to do, because this is resin and it is going to be full of bubbles, we want to actually pressurize it. So that's what this pot is. Basically, we're going to just put the lid on and we're going to run it at 60 psi. So I use a scale that weighs in grams. So this originally, what I had poured was 40 grams. So we're going to reduce this part B to half of that. You need to make sure. And when you're dealing with small amounts like this, you want to make sure you are very, very close. Right, so when injecting your molds, you're actually going to just stick your syringe down there and just slowly start to fill that little hole up. And what you want to do is you want to make sure you overflow that, because when you pressurize your cast, when you pressurize this, all those bubbles are going to go out, and the excess of this material is going to drop down in and fill in all those little holes. All right, so I got that all filled. You'll notice that these other ones I didn't fill. I didn't actually mix enough to do that, so we're just going to pull these off, not worry about them right now. We're just going to go ahead and put this into the pressure pot, and we're going to go ahead and bear with me. We are going to run this. All right, let's take a look and see how things have turned out. I had the Hydraspan pressurized for about 45 minutes. That's about how long I usually leave it in the pot, and basically let it cure. So let's go ahead and take a look. All right, see how things turned out. Oops. All right, it is actually time to demold this. So as I mentioned before, I usually do not demold the Hydraspan for a couple hours, leave it in the mold and let it do its final curing. So yeah, let's see how everything turned out. Okay, so we just want to be careful. Hydraspan's actually pretty tough, so it's not going to be, you know, super easy to tear. So let's go ahead and pull out. And because this is all like stuck together, you can actually just kind of trim, cut those pieces off. Let's go ahead and, so this is how one of the pieces turned out. As you can see, you know, with a pressure cast, when you pressurize this stuff, it actually gets all the detail in here. So no bubbles whatsoever. So when you put this in water, this is actually going to get basically about 60% larger, which is about the size that we need for it to get to be 1/12 scale for 6-inch figures. So let's go ahead and set that there. Let's go ahead and take a look at one more. You just want to be real gentle with this. Let's go ahead and cut this out. stuff's real rubbery. Okay. You can actually just kind of peel off a little bit. That's where the seam, where I cut. So, as you can see, you guys probably recognize who this is. All the details are there. The shoulders. So, this right here is where, when you mold this, this is where you're going to end up pouring the resin. Put it down like that, fill it up with silicone, so when you flip your mold over, this will be the pour hole. So, this is the Hydrospan. So this is what it looks like when you pressure cast that. So, awesome.